There it is, Geralia Bay, bottom of the Exmouth Gulf. Going in for a couple of days on the beach, and hopefully we'll get a fish as big as that one over there, but we'll see how we go. But Geralia Bay in Geralia, it's probably Geralia, I'm not really sure, Giralia I think it is. Anyway, Geralia Bay at the Giralia Station, Exmouth Gulf.
Well, we're at Giralia Station. No problem getting your van down. So, we've come to a bit of a standstill. We've got the 4 max tracks in. Hopefully we can get us through.
Rightio, it's pack-up day down here at Giralia Station. Just having our morning coffee. Set up there watching the tide go out. Bit of a windy night last night. Well, bit of a windy night is an understatement. It blew its butt off last night. Great southwesterly. First kind of windy day we've had since we've been on the road. I think we might have had one other in Broome, but all in all it's been pretty good. But yeah, last night made up for it, blew its butt off. So this is our site here, site 22. Had a bit of fun getting in. I'll stick some footage on of that. It's a bit of a rocky approach to the area, so you have to slow right down, and of course if you slow down you lose all your momentum, and then right after the rocky bit they throw in some nice soft sand just to challenge you. So you can see that just here. So we got well and truly bogged just here in the soft stuff, and then after that we had to sort of get out of that soft stuff and get back around to the site, and we got bogged again, but thank God for Max Tracks, got us out of strife. So we might take a bit of a different approach on getting out of here. We might take the higher exit ramp here. Looks a little bit smoother, a little bit firmer sand, and then we just got to clamber over some rocks and we're out. So keep our fingers crossed that all goes well. Anyway, it's been pretty good. We've had a fish here at Geralia on the high tide. Got a few little bream and some other little shitty fish, not sure what they were, but didn't get much really. Then we went down to the creek. There's about 2 kilometres from here there's another creek, a really good looking creek system. Lots of activity down there, but once again we didn't really have any luck. At least got a couple of little bream. But anyway, this is a way to kill in the afternoon. But if you got a tinny, I was talking to some guys just up the road, and they had a tinny. Were out a fair old part of the day yesterday, probably out for about 5 or 6 hours, and it came back with quite a good catch. So I reckon they were only fishing in water up to say 3 metres deep, just fishing the rocky outcrops and things, but certainly picked up a decent feed. So if you got a tinny, it's not a bad place. If you don't have a tinny, it's not really a great deal to do. Drink some tea and watch the tide come in and out. Anyway, that's us. We'll pack up, and we've headed from here to Bullara Station, which is only, what is it, an hour up the road or something, not even 40 minutes up the road. And we've got a couple of days to Ballara, so looking forward to that. One thing I have to add, the road in's pretty corrugated, so it pays to let your tyres down once you get to the station. Let them down, and it makes the drive in a lot more enjoyable. It's about 20 kilometres, just over 20 kilometres, probably 26 kilometres from the station down to the campsite, and half of that's fairly good corrugations. Certainly from the campsite down to the creek was bloody corrugated. So anyway, it's worth noting, if you're coming in, when you get to the station, let some air out of your tyres. It'll make the trip down much more enjoyable because it's pretty corrugated. Rightio, that's it. Giralia Station, done and dusted. We're on our way out now, heading for Ballara. But it's been a nice day. Nice down on the beach there. The old girl's looking pretty dusty at the moment. Oh, there's one of the local cow cockies. So, a couple of days at Geralia, not too bad. As I said, I mentioned it earlier, make sure you let your tyres down on the way in, the way out, because it makes the world of difference, because the road's pretty rough getting in there. Not rough, lots of corrugations. Anyway, ready to roll? Which way do we go from here? Righty-o, Ballara, here we come. After we put it in gear. Ballara, here we come. Rightio, next stop, Bullara Station. We're in a bit of a hurry because the barista knocks off at 12 o'clock apparently. Alright, we better get cracking. Get up there, get the van parked up, see if we can get a coffee. Coffee go down pretty well at the moment. So here we are at Ballara. She's a bit windy this afternoon. We've just actually taped up all the vents, as you can see here. Put a bit of tape on them. We've got this one taped up from the inside just to try and stop some of the dust from coming in. The whole inside of the van was full of dust after a few hours with this wind blowing. So she's howling. It's 25 to 30 knots of south-southwesterly blowing. All you farmers, people that live in the dusty, dry interior of Australia, they've put up with this for months on end. Mate, I take my hat off to you. You guys are bloody superheroes. We're going to head up very shortly for a burger. They've come very highly recommended, and hopefully we can find a spot out of the wind and burger for dinner, and then I think it might be an early night because we won't be sitting outside for very long. Plate steaming. Ready to roll. You ready, mate? Done your stretches? Yeah. Warm up? It's a bit like this, isn't it?
I'll have time for that.
So here we go, burger night at Bullara Station. This is the Ballara's equivalent to Pete and Manu. A very hungry crowd is gathering. Great barbecue. So things are a little bit better this morning. The southwesterlies died down below a fierce roar, and we've got a bit of a southeasterly, only 10 knots, 15 knots. Not as much dust around today. So things are looking a little bit better. Had a big clean out of the caravan this morning. Boy, oh boy, there was some dust in it. Blew in through the vents on the back. Anyway, it's all cleaned up. Luckily it's only dust, so easy enough to clean. Just have a wander around around the camp. Somebody that was here was very talented with their steel work, some great little sculptures and things. I'll show you a few of the bits and pieces around the place. That's the cattle yard. And camp in there. For some reason they've put us in Camp Fossil. Anyway, let's have a wander around. Some of the locals. That one's obviously been sheared already. A bunch of these guys wandering around. You appreciate how hardy these guys are when they can find stuff to eat in this dry, sandy soil. Famous lava trees. These are great. There you go. Bucket and a tap. Dunny hiding around the corner. You can see the tank up there, so they fire that up in the morning and in the afternoon, so you can have a warm shower. Great. Please don't take the firewood, it's to feed the donkey. So that's the donkey, that's the water boiler for the lava trees. This is the woolshed. This is where they cooked the burgers up last night. Yeah, just for a barbecue. This is the cracker. Just swing that great big hot plate over the coals. We cooked burgers last night for 82 people, I think it was. It all went very quickly. It was quite impressive. That's what they call the bull bar. And they had a big screen TV going there last night with the footy. These are the old wool sheds, the old shearing sheds, I should say. Grading table. Pretty cool. This is the shearers' quarters. You can actually stay in these as well. Won't go in there. Might be someone there. They look pretty basic. Let's have a look. Yeah, not too bad. Look at that. Bloody beautiful. It's not bad at all. This is the bocce court. Some more of the classic steel work. Very talented fabricator who's been here for, I'd say, done some great stuff. Out of all the scraps laying around. There's the camp kitchen just behind that. That's about it. Bit of a tour. So it's quite a big place. God, there'd have to be, I'd say 60 or 80 campsites here at least. So we're in 55. Well, there we go. There's 64 there. So it'd be pushing 80 different campsites, I'd say. Anyway, Bullara Station. It's not a bad spot.